You don't want a laundry basket carrying your turkey. Hi there, welcome back to my channel. I decided that having the window behind me wasn't working too well with the lighting, and so I've moved my camera a little bit and we'll try this. The room I used to do videos in is getting a complete repurpose, and so I'll start doing my videos in a different part of my house. Today I want to talk about some of my past collections, and some of these are, well, I'm a little ashamed of them, but we'll talk about them anyway. The first one is Longaberger baskets, and Longaberger baskets were popular in the early 90s, late 80s, and then again they had a resurgence in the early 2000s. The company was started a long time ago by Dave Longaberger, and then when he passed away, his daughters took over the company and ran it for many, many, many years, and they went out of business this year. And probably the reason they went out of business is because the baskets tend to be more towards the primitive decorating style, and that style is sort of phasing itself out right now. And don't get mad at me if you still like primitives, because they're great, they're fine. The current trends are just not in that direction. So I have a huge pile of these baskets in use in my house as well as in my attic. So I went up to my attic and emptied it of all the Longabergers today so I could share my shame with all of you. So what's so great about Longaberger baskets? Well, they were made in the USA, in Ohio, I believe, and there's a really cool building they built that looks like a basket. I actually even have the Longaberger story. I was that nuts about them. They were sold like Tupperware or Mary Kay out of people's homes. You invited all your friends to your house, fed them, they felt pressure, bought baskets, and you got some freebies. And so that's how I got a lot of these baskets. Sorry to all my friends out there who felt pressured, but I hope you still like your baskets. They were made of, I believe, split oak. I'll verify that. So they're wood. A lot of them have leather handles, brass rivets. They're very well made. Made in the USA, made to last. They were all signed and dated. Let me see that. But this was one of the first ones I got, and I would say I got this in 88 or 89. Used it as a fruit basket. See, it even got a little bit of mildew in it because I let some apples go bad. But it's still a good basket. It had leather handles at one time, but I didn't condition them, and so they broke off. This one's dated 1992. This is 1990, 2007. This is the banker's basket, waste basket. I've used this at my desk for years. I mean, long time. I got it in 89, and up until last year, this was my trash can. And I was always very careful, only threw paper in it. They had little liners that matched each basket so you could protect it. And of course, all this stuff costs money. So these are the ones I'm not currently using in my house. And I'm gonna go around my house and take pictures of some of the ones that I have that are being used. That's sort of one of my collections of shame. Just because I've sold a bunch. I've sold a bunch of mine, and before, while they were still a little bit popular, I was able to sell some. Now you can't. Actually, to me, any container that is square or rectangle is much more useful than any container that is round. And the reason is because most of the places you put containers to store things are rectangle. And so when you have a round container in a rectangle space, you have empty space in four corners. If you put a rectangle basket in that space, you're taking up the space of all the corners of that rectangle shaped, right angle shaped cupboard or cabinet. So always look for storage that is rectangle or square shaped. That's my little tip for the day. because you will get more storage space out of something like that than you will out of a round. They were made with care and quality in mind, much like a lot of things that I like. And even though they're sort of out of vogue right now and the company's out of business, I think I'll always probably have some sort of Longaberger or split oak baskets in use in my home because they are going to hold up and they have so many uses. I have some big ones that I will carry. I'll cook part of Thanksgiving meal in, and I'll carry it to my daughter-in-law's house in big split oak baskets because they're really handy. And they're cute and pretty, and well, you want something like that on Thanksgiving. You don't want a laundry basket carrying your turkey. I find them at garage sales all the time. Some of my favorite ones are the ones I have found at garage sales because, I don't know, there's just something about, oh, I got a great deal on this one, and it's special and I'll never get rid of it because it was cheap. I don't know. That doesn't make any sense. You'd think I'd want to save the expensive ones, but I just find the ones I got inexpensively at a garage sale secondhand to be more of a treasure to me than the ones I paid full price for. Maybe it's the sense of I found a treasure, out there in the wild. And I can't explain it, but it's what I do. It's why I shop vintage, and it's why I sell vintage. There's just something special about the stuff that was made in the past. It's sturdier and it's better quality. So if you find Longabergers while you're out garage sailing, pick them up. You'll find a use for them. Maybe they'll come back in fashion someday and I'll make a fortune selling off my collection. So I hope you enjoyed that little video of my one of my collections of shame. I'm going to do another one, and it's going to be all about Beanie Babies.